What's up everyone, I'm Demon Cringe, and today I got some pretty interesting news for you guys and gals. So it looks like the boss of Respawn, Zampella, is going to be taking over the DICE LA studio for EA. And it also looks like the studio is actually going to be rebranded into something else, making it its own studio instead of just a small support studio for the main DICE studio in Stockholm. So it says Zampella, the co-founder of Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order developer Respawn Entertainment, will head up EA DICE's LA-based studio, the Los Angeles Times reports. Under Zampella's leadership, EA plans to expand the outfit and have it release an original game. Up until now, the LA-based DICE studio has primarily been responsible for providing support for the DICE Stockholm studio, the developer of the Battlefield franchise. According to the LA Times profile, the office will remain separate from both Respawn and DICE Stockholm. According to the LA Times profile, the office will remain separate from both the Respawn and DICE Stockholm under Zampella's leadership, but will probably be rebranded to establish its own identity. And that's actually kind of cool, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's good that the studio is going to be becoming its own unique thing and all that, because let's face it, studios that basically just provide support for like a bigger, main studios and all that stuff, they're not really all that noticed. So yeah, hopefully something cool will happen from this. The fact that it also says that there's going to be a new original game being made from the studio, and all, I'm really interested to see what's going to come out of this whole ordeal. Over here we also have some words from Zampella himself, who says, quote, "We will probably rebrand. We want to give it a new image. We want people to say this is a destination that you can go to and make new content." I think they've gotten the branding that they are a support studio for DICE Stockholm. I think rebranding is important to show people, hey, come work here, we're gonna do some amazing things. I actually like that attitude. That is pretty positive, I gotta say. It also says, while he leaves the LA DICE office, Zampella says he will remain as the head of Respawn. Meanwhile, Jedi the Fallen Order director Stig Asmussen will lead Respawn's narrative-driven branch. Chad Greiner will oversee Apex Legends, and Peter Hirschman will helm the previously announced VR Medal of Honor game for Oculus Rift called Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Zampella says, quote, "There might be more projects underway at the studio as well." And of course, it finishes off with talking a little bit about the new Medal of Honor game that's going to be coming out for VR. It says, "Medal of Honor Above and Beyond is slated to release in 2020. The game is set in World War II as players assume the role of OSS agent who is charged with subverting and fighting back against the Nazis. In addition to a multiplayer mode, the game will feature a single-player campaign that is estimated to last 10 to 12 hours, along with mini-documentaries produced in cooperation with World War II veterans." That's also pretty cool, I gotta say. The whole documentaries thing, I do like World War II history and all that stuff. And the fact that the campaign is going to be 10 to 12 hours long is actually a pretty decent, I think that's a really good, campaign time for a first person or like any shooter at all. But the fact that it's coming for VR really doesn't have me all that psyched and all that, but I do know that the technology will improve over time, and yeah, it'll definitely become, what it's supposed to be. Hopefully VR technology implements eye tracking, because that's pretty much the only way they're going to get rid of the motion sickness problem. But anyway, I'm going off, that's besides the point. It is pretty cool that the studio, like I said, is going to be rebranded into something of its own, because as we all know, studios that are basically just there to support bigger studios really aren't all that noticed. If they are, they're pretty much known as like the second banana studio. And I definitely am confident that the studio under Zampella's leadership will definitely fare well, because the guy really does have a lot of experience within the industry. He co-founded both Respawn Entertainment and Infinity Ward. And finally, I also want to say best of luck to both him and everyone working at the studio and all that. Hopefully something really awesome comes out of it, the original game and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much been the news for today. Anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the bell icon, and if you wish to support me, follow my page, link is in the description below. And as always, I'm Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.